Hey, Michaela. I was wondering if we could talk about something for a few minutes. I'm getting kind of concerned about what's going on with you. So yesterday and today, it seems like you've been at home all day since I didn't see you leave the house. I'm just wondering what happened to you going to your job. I thought that you liked that job. You haven't actually decided to quit another job again, have you? It just seems like only yesterday that you got that job. Excuse me? You messaging me pretending that you're concerned, but you're really just asking about whether or not I still work? What the heck are you insinuating here, Lorraine? Well, I could be wrong, but I'm going off my observations of you in the last few days. Don't get me wrong, you have worked, but you've jumped around 5 companies already this year. Like, why are you doing something like that? Can't you settle down into one job at one company? I thought that you said that the conditions were better this time. What you're talking about right now is none of your business, Lorraine. It's nothing to do with you. Why does quitting my job have to do with you? I'm allowed to have my own freedom and do what I want in life, so why don't you just back off and leave me alone, you old hag? I don't want to hear this. I'm not trying to say anything in terms of how you should live your life. I'm just trying to show my concern. But I should have known that you've already quit your job. Michaela, you're soon going to be turning 28 years old, so maybe you should stop trying to quit all your jobs and actually continue on working somewhere. You've got to think about what you're doing very carefully, okay? Neither I nor our father will be by your side forever. We can't afford to help you for the rest of your life. Okay, I don't get what you're trying to do here. What are you doing? Pretending to be my mother? Are you kidding me? You're not my real mother. Your words are so tiresome to hear. I don't get why you would say something like that to me. I have been looking after you for the past 20 years. It makes me so worried at how you're treating people. I'm also curious about what you're going to do with your life. You can't just stay at home from now on, okay? You're capable of working, Michaela, okay? Oh my God, shut up. You're so annoying to deal with. You're seriously trying to pretend to be my mother, but you're really just an old and wrinkly stranger, okay? You're not my parent at all, and you never will be. I'm not going to do anything you say to me, and I want you to stop butting into my business. Stop interfering. There's no need for me to talk to someone like you. I don't need to rely on someone like you when I can do whatever I want with my life. But you impact what happens in our household. You live in this house, the house that I pay rent for. Don't you realize you're living off the money that I earn? You living like this in our house isn't going to last forever, Michaela. You're not a kid anymore. You're a full-grown adult that has responsibilities. Jeez, are you seriously trying to preach to me right now? This is such a stupid joke. You make me exhausted, Lorraine. You know, you're a terrible match for my father, and you shouldn't be around him anymore. It looks like my dad has already got a new partner hanging off his arm. You know that it would be just better for everyone if you just disappeared, okay? I'm sick and tired of you complaining to me about not having a job when I live here and can do whatever I like. Stop complaining about my decisions, Lorraine. Wait a minute, we need to rewind this conversation a bit. What was that first thing you said? What are you talking about? New partner? Are you kidding me? I'm not surprised that you haven't noticed what he's been doing because you're so self-absorbed. You're so stupid that you didn't notice what your own husband is up to. You know, I kind of feel sorry for you that you never suspected anything from him. I wouldn't want to become a person like you. Have you forgotten that you're being raised by people that you think that way about them, right? What is going on with your father? Because I don't know. You bringing it up doesn't help me. This is a matter between me and your father. It should be irrelevant to you, Michaela. Our relationship doesn't involve your snooping. Of course it's related to me because it concerns my dad. But if Dad has made the decision to not be with you and be with somebody else, I have the ability to kick you out of the house. Are you being serious right now? You don't have any right to do that, okay? Do you think that you'll be able to kick me out of my own house? You really want to do that to me? Michaela, the facts remain around here is that you don't have a job and you're not taking any action to do anything. It's unbelievable that you're acting like this. How about you start facing reality for a moment and start striving for independence like the rest of the people that are your age, all right? Stop being like this, Michaela. Don't you understand what I've been trying to tell you this entire time? I'm telling you that what you're doing right now is very annoying, okay? This is why I hate old hags like you, Lorraine. Even though you've been taking care of me for over 20 years, the rent for this place is only $3,000 a month, so stop complaining. What the heck are you talking about right now, Michaela? Don't you know how difficult it is to find $3,000 every month from an income? Well, I know the approximate cost from Dad. He told me about it. I'm tired of you being condescending towards me. You're not worth my time, Lorraine. All I want you to do right now is just disappear and leave me and my dad alone. You're just a stupid old hag, and you're worth nothing to us. Wow, I can't believe you had the audacity to go and say something like that to me. You're going to regret what you say, Michaela. I thought we raised you better than this. I am so disappointed in how you're acting towards me right now. Anyways, the whole reason why I was messaging you is I recommend you find a new job quickly. What do you think you're trying to do here, Dominic? What is this whole $3,000 rent thing all about, huh? To be honest, I've reached my limit. I want answers and I want them now. I was talking to Michaela and she turned around and said something about you having a new partner? What the heck is going on here, Dominic? How is it that your own daughter is in the loop about knowing about the women you're having an affair with? Did you seriously talk to her about this and not me?
Well, I might have mentioned some things to her, yes. And what of it, Lorraine? Am I not allowed to talk to Michaela at all now or something?
Huh? What the heck are you talking about right now? Why must you act so defensive? Why are you beating around the bush about what you're doing?
Okay, I guess there's no need to hide what I wanted to hide anymore. I went to Michaela because she's obviously a grown-up after all. I'm getting sick and tired of your condescending attitude lately. It's been bothering me so much recently, and I've had enough of it. I'm tired of you, and I think it's time to move on, yeah?
Are you seriously dropping this bomb on me? You've been relying on each other for the past 20 years, and you just suddenly want to end it? Is this really how you want this to end? Why do you want this to happen? I am so lost and don't understand your words right now. Shouldn't you at least show some sincerity?
What sincerity are you even talking about? Although you were the one paying the rent and everything, I've been with you and you've been able to live with my family for 20 years. I don't get why you're sulking about all of this and what's happening. You should be grateful that I kept you around for so long. 20 years is a long time, and it's enough time.
I should be grateful? Are you kidding me? That's probably not the right words to say in this moment, Dominic. So you're seriously okay with this happening? Are you seriously planning to not discuss anything with me and just get rid of me altogether with your daughter now? Is this some sort of sick joke?
Oh, why must you make things more difficult for me, Lorraine? You've been like this forever, and I'm sick of this. I should have got rid of you sooner, so just get out of here now, please.
Wow, you're just going to kick me out of your life just like that? This is absolutely ridiculous. So, I guess it's okay if I stop paying the rent?
Do whatever you want to do now, Lorraine. I'm letting you off the leash. I guess you can try stopping paying for things, but that's all you're useful for.
Okay, I guess I understand. I suppose that's what I'll do. Just from hearing all this, I've totally fallen out of love with you, Dominic. Goodbye, you piece of crap. Wow, it's about time that this happened. I heard what my dad did to you. You finally decided to leave then, huh? You've been such a nuisance up until now. It really is about time that you just disappear and get out of our lives once and for all. I'm actually really happy that this has finally happened. It's about time Dad got rid of you, Lorraine. I don't remember causing any trouble for you and your father. I've always thought that I was taking good care of you, but in the end, this is what happened. I understand now that maybe a lot of this has been my fault. I'm sorry for that, but there's no need for you or your dad to treat me this way. It's not fair. It's too late to apologize now. You're just being annoying. I feel like you saying that you took good care of me is a bit of an exaggeration. You really think highly of yourself, don't you? You're just acting all high and mighty just because you've been paying rent for 20 years when it's really only just $3,000 a month. It's not that hard to do. Neither my father or I have had any issues with the rent, so why don't you just stop paying it and leave us alone like you've been told to do? If you really want me to do that, then I am more than happy to stop paying the rent. It'll mean I'll have money to spend on myself and focus on myself. Do you really think I care about you and what you do with that money? We really just want you out of our lives. You stopping is fine by us. Okay, well, I'll check one last time, but are you sure that you and your father want all of this to happen? You really don't want me around? I'm deciding to break up with your father. I guess I also have no choice but to also cut him off financially and emotionally, which is going to be super difficult. I've been taking care of you for over 20 years, Michaela. I didn't want to make you go through such a difficult time since parents breaking up is hard on a child at any age. I really thought that I was encouraging you to become independent. Is that not a good thing? What the heck is your deal, Lorraine? Why must you be so persistent all the time? I really don't need your so-called kind consideration. It's just pointless and tedious. It's a pain to have to deal with someone like you. I don't want you to ever get involved with me again. Don't show up to our place or in front of me ever again. You hear me? To be honest, I am tired of you treating me like your daughter when you aren't my mother. Okay, I get it. If you say so, I guess there's nothing more I can do here, Michaela. You're now almost 28 and should be able to live on your own. I really hope that things go well for you and your father. I hope you both continue to get along and that you do your best in life. That's all I wish for you, Michaela. Even though you're telling me all these things, I have always been close to Dad, and you've never been anything to me. Just get out of here. We're so sick of your presence. Okay, I'll do what you say now, Michaela. I'm sorry for annoying you so much. I just cared about you, that's all. I guess I'll go now and take care and good luck with everything. Okay, we need to talk right now, Lorraine. I just received some strange document and I haven't got a clue what it is. Is it fine to just leave it alone? I also got a phone call and someone called that I wasn't expecting. Then the landlord came by the house. They haven't ever been here before, so what's going on? What do you mean, what's going on? Why are you asking me that question when I don't have anything to do with you or your father anymore? What document are you talking about? What on earth? How do you not know when I bet you're the one behind it all? I know you've done something, all right? The landlord asked us to leave the premises. Like, I have to move out? Is that what I should be doing? I mean, bills have been piling up lately, so I don't get what's happened. What are you doing, Lorraine? Haven't you been paying them properly? I'm sorry, what did you just say to me? What the heck are you talking about? I left, remember? I told you that I'd be cutting you off financially because you said you'd be fine, correct? We're strangers now, remember? Why should I have to pay a stranger's rent or anything like that? It wouldn't make much sense. What do you want? Are you seriously kidding me right now? Is this some kind of a sick joke? What do you mean we're strangers and you're not going to pay for anything? Have you forgotten that you and your father kicked me out of the house even though I have done so much for you both? It's already been a month since I left. For me, it's over. You're both nothing but strangers to me now. Since that's what you both wanted, to never hear from me again, yes? That's what you both said. I paid the bills for so long and had to work really hard while you jumped from one job to another. I'm done doing that for both of you. So of course I'm not going to be helping you out anymore. Excuse me? What did you just say? Hang on a minute, all right? But I don't understand. Who is going to pay for the rent and the bills now? Are you seriously asking me that question, Michaela? How about you actually use your brain and think about it? Either you or your father should be parting out for rent and everything, yeah? You and your father are the ones that are living in that house, are you not? There's no need to ask me about that when I'm not living there anymore. Actually, now that I think about it some more, you were the ones that told me to stop paying for the expenses, so I did. So why are you saying something that doesn't make sense now? No, okay, yes, you're right that we did say that to you, but it was only so that we could get rid of you and we didn't think about the other bills that are involved. I thought you only paid the $3,000 for rent. When you talk about that $3,000 that went towards the rent, I think you weren't really listening to me and that caused some misunderstandings. Huh? What is that supposed to mean, Lorraine? What do you mean by misunderstanding? How is it that I could possibly misunderstand the amount you paid? Well, first of all, I don't know who said something so random about what I pay for. There's no way that a large house in New York City is $3,000 a month. This is one of the most expensive states in the entire country. Don't you know that? I've been paying way more for rent and other expenses involved with the house. So recently, I have changed the account of where the money came out of your father's account. As a result, the withdrawal couldn't be made and the landlord came, yeah? Look, I've already explained most of the situation to your father. It's on both of you if you don't understand the process. I wouldn't be surprised if you both get kicked out soon. Did you seriously say that we could get kicked out of our own house? Are you seriously kidding me right now? I had no idea that the rent wasn't $3,000. How much is it then? How about you go ahead and check it out for yourself? Go and ask your father. I'm sure he'll tell you the real price. For a 3-bedroom, it costs almost $7,000 a month. Surely you can't afford to pay the rent on the salary you earn, right, Michaela? Oh, wait, I forgot. You don't have a job. You definitely can't pay that amount. Oh, shut up, you evil old cow. You've set us up to fail. How dare you say something like that to me? You can't just say that kind of crap to me. I didn't know the rent was that much. But I honestly expected that Dad could pay for the rent since he's the parent in the situation. Up until now, it was Daddy who was providing for us. Huh? Really? It is so nasty when you call him Daddy because I know that's when you want something. You wanted to be spoiled. Nothing's changed with you, Michaela. It is such a shame that things have turned out this way for you. I thought that you would have grown up more kind and compassionate of other people, but I guess not. But I should have known that you were going to turn out like a spoiled brat because your father was the one who let you get away with everything. What the heck is wrong with you, Lorraine? How dare you say something like that towards me? I am not spoiled. What are you talking about? My father has been there for me. That's all. That is very much a lie, and you know it. He gave you anything you wanted, even when you didn't deserve it. You never learned from the lessons I tried to teach you. I'm telling you now that your father never had that kind of financial means. I was the one who was earning a good living, and that you were able to have what you did growing up. He can't even pay the rent. I've been the one who's been supporting us up until now. It was always me that was earning the money and working hard for this family. But you never learned from the money that your dad and I gave you. You only used that money for your own entertainment rather than save it like normal people. Huh? What the heck is that supposed to mean? I know how to save too. Look, Dad still works, yes. He must be if he was able to pay for my college tuition, as it was very expensive. I'm also planning to go back so that I can specialize in the field that I majored in. He's going to give me that money as well, right? He's already paid the admission fee, correct? Well, I don't know where you got the idea that your father has been paying for all of that. He's obviously lying to you because I'm the one that paid for your education. Whoa. Rewind that just for a second. Did you say what I think you said? It wasn't my dad that was paying for my schooling? That was you too? Why didn't you say anything? Well, you did mention that you wanted to go back to school to get more qualifications while also working as well. Didn't you know I was listening to you when you said that? I decided to submit an application to the school that you wanted to go to, and I forked out the money to pay for the fees as well. I wanted to support you in that as well. But then you thought it would be funny to go and waste all that money and work. Not only did you not study, you even quit your job. Good thing I made a proper IOU. Huh? An IOU? What are you talking about? I reckon you're lying about paying for all of that so you can get back at us for what we did to you. Isn't that right, Lorraine? The whole reason that you wanted to go to a school to specialize in something was because you didn't want to work in the first place. But you ruined that chance too. Now I know what kind of person you really are, Michaela. You waste people's effort and money into you. How could you do that to someone, huh? I have tried to look after you for 20 years, and I knew that deep down you didn't care for me, which is sad. Between a mother and a daughter, it shouldn't be that way. Don't you remember that I was going to get my money back when I sent you to college, Michaela? That money was a loan. It wasn't something to keep, okay? Come to think of it, you might have said something along those lines. But I didn't think that things were going to happen, so I shouldn't have to. It's not fair. Well, at that time, you said you could pay it back if you started working right away and that you'd have no problem getting it back to me, my dear. But in the end, you've been jumping from one company to another, not really doing much, and just quit when it got too hard. You have barely worked, Michaela. You didn't pay me back, and all of a sudden you just started hating on me, even though I have done a lot for you. It hurts so much to hear so many horrible things from you. You have made so many derogatory remarks and ended up telling me about your cheating scumbag of a father. I felt so humiliated by both of you. You kicked me out of the house, yes? You remember that both of you didn't want me there, right? So what's your point in whining to me now, huh? Are you expecting me to pay for your expenses and the rent? Are you kidding me? What a terrible joke. If anything, I'm the one who should be getting money back. Wherever you live, you need to take responsibility for where you live and the lifestyle you lead. And if you and your father can't do that, then you should leave the house. There's no way that I would help either of you out now, since I was shoved out of this family like some kind of good-for-nothing street rat. Pay for things yourself, Michaela. Are you seriously saying these things right now? Why are you so angry about this for? I didn't have a clue what you were doing for my dad and I didn't know about how much the tuition fees were, so it's not my fault that I haven't paid it off. Even though you're telling me to pay up now, it would be impossible to do. Okay, how would it be impossible, Michaela, when you are more than capable of earning a good living while also paying me back what is owed to me? It's your fault, so it's your responsibility to take on these challenges. It actually might teach you a lesson. You can learn to budget and take action on things yourself. What you and your father are dealing with has got nothing to do with me anymore. What you deal with is none of my business at all, and I don't want it to be my business. All I want you to do is be a good citizen and give me back the money I paid for your tuition. You dropped out, so I think it's only fair that you give it back to me, Michaela. Now that you understand that, I think it's about time that you stop moaning and groaning about your situation and get out into the world and find a job you can do. You obviously had no intention of continuing on your education. You were pulling on my leg, weren't you? You like to waste people's money and time, don't you? That's not even remotely true. How dare you say something like that about me? I'll do my best. I just don't know what I'm doing with my life yet. What's the problem with that? Besides, I was actually planning to go back to school. I was planning on studying when the academic year started. Can't you just give me the benefit of the doubt? I see what you're trying to say. Then you really should start looking for a job for yourself so that you can do that. Why don't you go back to school when you can afford it yourself? Because you don't need your ex-stepmother, who is just a stranger to you, paying for your college tuition, okay? I am basically saying there is no way I am forking out money for you anymore. Just wait a minute, okay, Lorraine? I just need you to clarify things for me because this whole situation is really confusing to me. You're actually not going to help me even though I've known you for 20 years? You're not going to help out the only child that you've raised? You're just going to not help us out anymore? It was truly you who paid the rent, yes? It wasn't Dad at all? Why would you do this to us? Is this all because we kicked you out? It's not like I truly meant what I said to you, okay? I wasn't being serious. Please, just help us pay for things again, okay? Are you actually asking me these questions? What are you going to achieve by asking this of me, Michaela? You really have a lot to learn about how others should be treated. Even if you continue to ask me and beg for more money to keep you afloat, I'm not going to give a single cent to you, Michaela. I don't believe there's any point to this anymore. Ask your dad, and I'm sure that you both trust each other enough that all the truth will come out eventually. Look, I'm so done with you treating me like the bank, Michaela. I'm not dealing with your antics anymore. I'm not blind to your fake kindness anymore. I don't want to hear from you, so please don't contact me anymore. Also, I've changed all my bank accounts, so all the mail for that is changed to another address. So now I've got no association with that home address anymore. Stop. That's enough of that kind of talk. This isn't fair. How could you do something like this to me? The only kid you've ever had? You are no daughter of mine. You're the spitting image and personality of your father, and I'm sure you'll both end up in the same position now. Spoiled and in debt. Okay, that's enough. How dare you say something like that about me and Dad? I thought you actually cared about us. I was stupid to rely on someone like you. I'm going to ask Dad for all the information so that I actually know whether or not what you've been saying is true or not. I want to be sure about it all. Okay, feel free to do that, but I'm sure there'll be a bunch of lies. I don't want you coming back at me, shouting and all that sort of crap. I'm done with all of this. I was your stepmother for a long time, but you and your father have been so difficult to deal with since you've become an adult. I am exhausted and want to move on with my life. You stupid old hag, you're just abandoning us when times are tough. How dare you do something like that? Are you seriously wanting us to be kicked to the streets of New York City? Don't you realize how dangerous it would be for us on the streets? How can you not help someone in need of money? You're such a selfish old cow that doesn't deserve anything nice in life. Don't you dare talk to me like that. You and your father started it by treating me like crap. Him cheating on me, you being a little cow towards me, and using me as your bank account. If you even think about approaching me ever again, I'll tell the authorities and I'll get a restraining order against you and your father. I shouldn't have to deal with this abuse. You're not getting any of your filthy hands on my money anymore. I am not your bank. I am a human being. Leave me alone to live my life. I am blocking you now, and you are both total strangers to me. Lorraine was initially worried about Michaela, as she always thought that she was so cute as a child, but also had a very selfish side to her. She thought that it was better to stay away from both Michaela and Dominic, especially after he had cheated on her. She knew she was better off far away, as she didn't want to get involved with their lives and cut off contact from Michaela and her father. Apparently, her ex-husband disappeared after that whole conversation with his daughter went down. He was drowning in debt that he couldn't get out of, no matter what he tried to do. It seems that Michaela is somehow managing to live on her own without her father. If nothing like that had happened in the end, maybe she would have had a better future. She could have done anything in her future, but it might not be that way. What's important is that when a person does wrong, they try to make up for their mistakes and improve their life. Lorraine's still supporting her from the bottom of her heart. She enjoys living her own life and wants to do so many more fun things in the future. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.